Are you looking for how to accelerate your results and make more progress than you have ever made before? Well, I'm going to talk about exactly that in this video. What's up, everybody? Nathanael Morton here, and within this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to accelerate your results and make more progress than you have ever made in your entire life. That's a huge promise, but I am about to deliver on it. But first, and as always, if you enjoy this video, if you get value from this video, definitely subscribe to the channel and click the bell so that you get updates for when I post new videos. And give me a like, give me a thumbs up right now, because you know that I'm about to bring you some value. But okay, Nate, what is this rule? What is this principle that I saw in the title that is going to be so life-changing for me? It's called the 80-20 rule, or the Pareto Principle. You see, back in the 1800s, there was this guy named Vilfredo Pareto, not Alfredo Pareto like my favorite Olive Garden entree, Vilfredo Pareto. And he discovered that in his garden, he had this giant garden, he discovered that 80% of his peas came from 20% of the pea plants. You know, peas, like the vegetable that you eat. He grew these peas, but he found that 80% of all of the peas that he grew came from 20% of the plants. So if he had 10 pea plants, 2 of those plants were bringing more peas, 80% of the peas, and the other 8 plants were only bringing 20% of the peas. Now, this rule, this principle applies to absolutely everything in your life and will help you to get results if you apply it correctly. So let me give you a few examples. 20% of the people in the world earn 80% of the money. 20% of the most richest people with all the wealth, they earn 80% of all the money that goes around. When you're in the gym, 20% of the exercises that you do will bring you 80% of the gains. These are your deadlifts, your squats, your bench press, your compound movements. 80% of, listen, hold on, let me get this right. 20% of the clothes you wear, think about all the clothes you have. 20% of the clothes you wear 80% of the time. If you have 10 pair of shoes, you wear 2 pairs of those shoes, 2 pairs, 80% of the time, more than all the other shoes combined. You get it now. You believe it now. You understand what I'm talking about now. So how can this change your life so much? Well, you can apply this by asking yourself, what are the 20% of the tasks I do, the habits that I could create or have created? What are the 20% of my actions that would bring me 80% of my results? Let me give you an example for me. I have all of these habits that I've written down in my progress journal that I make sure that I do every single day. I make sure that these are the 10 habits, these are the 20 habits that are really going to change my business, my life, my relationships, and move me towards my goals. Which of these habits bring me the most results? Which of these actions bring me the most results? Think about everything that you do in a day. Think about your to-do list. What are the 2 things that you do or that you could do every day to bring you 80% of the results? So you can literally do this with everything in your life. Think about the 10 closest people to you. 2 of those people are responsible for 80% of your happiness. 2 of those people are responsible for 80% of your sadness, your anger, your pain. They're the 2 people that are the pain in the butt. 20% of your actions result in 80% of your results. So the way that you make progress, the way that you get results in your life is you ask yourself and you identify what the 20% is, what the 2 things are that you could be doing every single day to get 80% of the results. One more example for myself is these YouTube videos that I'm doing right now. 2 of my videos are responsible for most of my views. of all the views I have, 2 of those videos, we'll say it doesn't always have to be exactly 20%, but 2 of the videos I have bring in most of the results. So if I want to get more results, make more videos like that, Nate. You don't need to watch all these things on how to grow a YouTube channel. Look at what you've already done. Find out what works, the 20% that works, and do more of that. So let's think of a few questions that you could ask yourself to get results in your own life. The first question, I already said it. I need you to ask yourself, of the people that I hang around the most, who brings me the most happiness? You need to hang around them more. Of all the people I hang around and spend the most time with, who are the people that bring me the most frustration? You need to hang around them less. Of everything that you do in a day, what are the few things that if you did that more would bring you 80% of the results, 80% of the money, 80% of the happiness, 80% of the fulfillment? What 20% of what you do is going to bring you the 80% that moves you closer to your goals? Literally ask this question and just 80-20 the out of your life. 80-20 everything. Let me think about a few more examples. What are trying to think of more questions. Think about your relationships. I'm trying to hit every category of life here just to give you a few examples, but you can think of these 80-20 rules for yourself and 80-20 your own life. A few more examples. Of the 10 things that you do for your relationships or for your friendships, what are the 2 things that make your partner or your friends the happiest? Do those things more. What about food, right? Of all the foods that you've ever eaten, of all the foods that you eat, what are the 20% of the foods that you eat the most? If it's that you eat 80% of the time, if it's junk food and candy and cookies and sugars and trans fats and McDonald's and pizza, you get the point. If that's what you eat the most, then you're in trouble. But if of all the foods that you eat vegetables, you eat sweet potatoes, you eat oatmeal, you eat almonds, you eat berries, you eat things like this, then you are going to be in much better shape. Just 80-20 the heck out of your life, and you will make all kinds of progress. This 80-20 rule, this Pareto Principle, works magic. So wake up tomorrow morning and ask yourself, what are the 2 things that I could do today that will bring me 80% of my results? Another question that I like to ask myself is, what are the 2 things, or what is the one thing that if I accomplish that thing today, I would feel like my day was used wisely, like my day was fulfilling, like my day brought me happiness? You get the point. What is the one thing that if I completed it today would make me feel like I accomplished that day? This has been Nathanael Morton with the 80-20 rule, the Pareto Principle, hoping that I just gave you something that is going to unlock the door to progress in your own life. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you think that somebody else could get value from this video, share this with them, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and I will see you guys next time.